On an unseasonably cool afternoon here in the desert Southwest, the roof is open, and it's time for football at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
Chad Ryland to kick off for Arizona.
The kicker, Chad Ryland, has this one teed up. And off we go on EA Sports. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. Purdy going to the air right away. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing here, Purdy. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Get set, get set. 18, watch out.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Back to throw, Purdy. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
Get set, get set.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it. touchdown 49ers. Jake Tonjes, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners are on the board first here this afternoon. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
From 20-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pass complete there to Harrison. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Omaha.
Murray now. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Murray going to throw. And this will be swung out here for counter. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
He's a little too aggressive there from his Mike linebacker spot.
Sometimes you jump into gaps trying to draw them off sides. This time he tricked himself.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is counter. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Murray. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
The downside for the defense is that they're dealing with a team that's in their red zone, but the upside, not much room to work with for the offense. Fewer windows in the zone for them to throw into. Tougher quarterback to get a throw off before the pressure ends up.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Purdy now to throw. Pass caught by Pearsall. Will go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Purdy. Called in left side here by Jennings. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now Purdy, he's going to change the look here. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 51 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, San Francisco.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it. This is Juszczyk. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Get set, get set.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 44 yards out, left hash. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Pinheiro set to kick off.
10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
And the Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Connor. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down.
The 43-yard line.
Here's Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Throwing again, Murray. That ball caught by Harrison. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr., 33 yards. And the Cards have got it back to within a score. So it took them a little while, Charles, but now they have their first points of the game, and they come here in this 3rd quarter.
And more often than not, Brandon, when that happens, you find yourself down 21, 28 points and not really with a lot of hope. But with that touchdown, they're right back in this game.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try to make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here's Purdy. That's into the hands of Pearson on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
Get set.
Out of the gun, Purdy. Now he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. Fourth down. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Fourth down and 1.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Purdy looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Now Purdy. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's second and 10.
Outside. 18. Watch out. Yellow.
They'll look to throw again. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Cards are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
They begin on the ground here with Comet. And his defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the gun, Murray. To Connor on the check down. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's Murray from midfield. Short one here, caught by McBride. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now Murray. Completes this to Elijah Higgins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Back to throw. Murray. But he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's 2nd down. Murray to throw. This pass complete to Higgins.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. To throw is Murray. He'll get this to cover underneath. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Goal at the 8-yard line.
Now 1st and goal. They'll run here with Connor. A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Kyler going to give this to Benson. And he stopped immediately there.
I'm most surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. He's back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
So after the field goal, Riley back out as he'll send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Get set.
Here's Purdy to throw. Got the connection here to Bourne. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Purdy with one final shot here. He's going to let it fly. This ball intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing